Well, hi. Today is Thursday, February 19th, 2026. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. Coming up today, we are going to learn a little bit more about the inner workings of Heartland Properties as Nikki Woods joins us and tells us more about her position of how she helps some of the agents and realtors at Properties be able to grow their own business, and also about what she does as a realtor herself. So, Nikki Woods from Heartland Properties is joining us today on Morning Coffee. You know, if you've not experienced the Council Bluffs PRCA Rodeo at the Mid America Center, here's the dates: March 20th and 21st. Get them on your calendar. Doors open at 6:30, action at 7:30. This is a PRCA sanctioned event with bareback riding, bull riding, and team roping. The Stellar Trick Riding Cowgirls will perform both nights. And Kids Night is Friday night. That is on the 20th, and they get in free. Children 12 and under get in free with a paid adult ticket. Tickets start at just $20, and you can get them at councilbluffsprcarodeo.com. Morning Coffee brought to you by Steve Erlob, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Council Bluffs. Learn how he can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com for more. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Here in the studios on Willow, sometimes guests just pop in and I say, hey, you want to come over and talk for a little while? And that's what Nikki Woods did. Hey, thank you so much for doing this. You
are
are with
welcome.
Heartland Properties,
I
and
am.
you are, I'm reading this because I don't want to mess it up. It is Agent Development and Success Coach. Does that fit on one line on your business card, or is it two?
It is on the front and back. It's big. It is very big. Yeah.
What does that big title mean?
Well, that big title means that I am at the office every day, most days, and I help every agent there with whatever they need. So we set goals. We meet weekly sometimes. We meet every other week. We meet monthly. We not only set business goals, but we set personal goals. And it can be everything from their goals might be, hey, I want to hit this because I want to go on vacation. I want to hit this because I want to get my house paid off. I want to build rentals. I want to do that, or I want to lose weight. I want to send out mailers. I want to buy a car. I want to do this. It can be anything, just any type of goals, business or personal. We set up agendas and we hit them.
It sounds that to me that's more of helping people find their why.
Mm-hmm.
To behind everything that it is that
Yes.
they're doing. Because listen, real estate is one of those industries to where you're working for somebody else, but you're working for yourself at the same time. It's like both things. You need to be an employee, and you also need to be an entrepreneur.
Correct. And we have 32 agents, and every why is different. Everyone's why is different. Some are single parents, some are married, some are vacation funds, some are paying off college. It's just everyone's why is different, and it's a lot of fun.
Is this position that you're in, does it help with the nuts and bolts of it as far as how do I get out and get in front of more people? How do I make those relationships to where I'm going to be the first person they think of when it comes time to buy or sell a house? Is that part of it?
I think so. I hope it frees up the agent so that they can put some of that behind them so that on a daily basis, they know that they have someone kind of back home that's rooting for them and cheering for them, that always has their back, so that they're free on a daily basis to go and build their business. They know that if they're struggling, maybe connecting, that we can figure out a way to build that business, whether it's joining an organization, or maybe they need to send out flyers or mailers, or what that looks like for them, because everybody builds their business just a little bit differently. So that's kind of what we sit and brainstorm and figure out, because again, 32 agents, everyone does it a little bit differently.
Well, with having the job that I do and the studios that I have, one of the things I have done many real estate podcasts. But as you said, what works for that particular person? Because there are going to be some personalities that this would not be a mesh for, that they should go a different route, staying as authentically them as they can. I'm a big fan of that word, because if someone sits down in the chair that you're sitting in right now and tries to pretend that they're someone else, people can sniff that out, especially in this town. They can sniff that out.
100%. Yeah, they can. I don't ever force anyone to meet with me. Some people just say, you know what, I'll meet with you when I feel that I need to, and that's okay. Some we meet every other week because we need to. We need to be accountable and stay on track. I think the agents also appreciate it because I am also an active realtor. So I am out doing the business. I'm not just talking the talk. I'm actually out in the trenches living the lingo with them. I struggle with the forums. I'm struggling with technology just like they do. I'm not a techie person. I struggle with that, which is why we have you guys around to help us with all of that because, again, I'm not that person. So I think that they appreciate and relate to that too. And then being just out again in the community and relating to agents at other brokerages. That's a huge part of our business. You know, if we can't get along with everybody, and you don't know other agents and you don't interact with them, you're never going to grow your business.
I'd heard a stat several years ago. I'm assuming it still holds true that about 90% of the transactions take place between 10% of the agents and realtors. So if you're not getting along with somebody, there's pretty high chance
Hmm.
you're going to run into them again.
Hmm.
So figuring out that relationship, I think, is key.
It is very key. And I think, one of the biggest things that I have learned, just, at my age is seeing somebody where they're at, and you see them and you identify them. And sometimes you leave them where they are. But sometimes when you see someone, you meet them and you can actually nurture that relationship and grow and you become agents. Friends with agents at other brokerages, and you can really nurture that friendship and grow together as agents, and you even rely on them for advice, and that. But then there are some that you meet and you do a transaction with and you leave them right there and you move on. And that's okay because that is what makes our industry great, you
I
know.
I couldn't agree more with that statement. And it's the same with what it is that I do here. When when I talk to somebody about whether or not they want to come on as a client for what it is that I do, I'm not right for everybody.
Mhm.
Some people it is not a good fit for, and it's not my place to tell them that it is. It's my place to tell them what it is that I do and their decision
Mhm.
as to is this the right fit for me. Listen, I know about Heartland Properties. I know where your office is. I've been
Mhm.
in there, handed you checks.
Mhm.
But for me to think that I know as much about Heartland Properties as you do it'd be insulting.
Mhm.
I will never know that. So that's why the no's don't bother me. And
Mhm.
that's something, whatever the sales level is,
Mhm.
you have to get used to that.
You do. And when I'm talking to other agents about um potentially coming to Heartland as an agent, especially if they're a brand new agent fresh out of school, I actually encourage them to talk to other brokerages because you can't compare apples to apples if you don't know where all the apples are. And I think Heartland does a really great job of providing good support. They actually have a physical office. You can come into the office. We have Chrissy and Karen at the front desk. We have a comptroller, Terry. We have title that's right there. We always have either Mark, Jason, or John there. We always have other agents in the office, and the camaraderie, and we always have somebody there that you can bounce ideas off of. I'm usually there if you're stuck on something, if you don't know how to do something, if you've got a technical problem with the printer or you can't get something to work, there's always someone there to help you. Or if you're just having an off day, there's someone there that you can talk to. So I feel like you're doing a disservice to people, to brand new agents, if you aren't allowing them to compare apples to apples. And so far, the ones that, I've said, hey, check these other brokerages out. There is a fit for everybody out there. And so I 100% agree, and so far the ones have come back to Heartland,
Well,
so.
and also along those lines, if someone has gone through and done their research and checked
Mhm.
everywhere and then came to Heartland, the chance of the grass is greener syndrome
Mhm.
hitting you is probably less
Yes.
because you already have the information.
Yes. Yes. And, we're lucky. We have a lot of good brokerages in this town because we do have a lot of good realtors in this town. So, I mean, I am, of course, partial to Heartland, but um, I think we do a pretty good job of recruiting and keeping people.
Well, let me give a little bit of kudos to somebody that you've already mentioned, and working directly with Heartland is the reason that you and I are sitting in this space right now. Mark Henright taking time, being very patient with Kyle and I
Mhm.
as we've looked at different places, and we had actually come through. this building and said no. And so when we came back about 3 or 4 weeks later and said, wait a minute, can you show that to us again? We've been thinking about it. He's absolutely, when can we meet? And so we arranged a time to come back. And then we have not exactly been easy to deal with because we keep adding to it.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
it started, this was the last room we were getting. And then we got the next one. So we had to write up an addendum. And then we got the next one and he had to write up another addendum. And he's been very, very patient with us, but also, he's been instrumental in every step of the way
mhm.
throughout my entrepreneur career going back to 2023.
Oh, wow.
So, because he was the one that showed me where the studios used to be on 4th Street,
Oh.
where you had actually come and recorded,
Uh-huh.
where we were
Uh-huh.
at before. I mean, I'm the one that signed that lease. So we put that together for those studios. And he showed me that space. And I was not anticipating even liking it. And when I walked in there, I said, oh, wow, this is going to work. And he jumped through every hoop needed to be jumped through to make that happen. And I became a business owner, and it's Heartland Properties that made that happen.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that
Yeah.
story. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I have a lot of warm feelings about the folks in that building, and I'm very grateful that you guys are part of the community, and I think that that's
Mhm.
a big part of it too, is that you're embedded
Mhm.
in Council Bluffs. I
Mhm.
mean, this is when you think of a local business, Heartland Properties is right up there at the top of the list.
They call it Heartland because we're in the Heartland.
Exactly. I
Uh-huh.
wanted to ask you, this is an internal thing that you're doing. So as
Mhm.
we're talking to folks that maybe, hey, would I want to be an agent working for Heartland? This is
Mhm.
something that you're doing is you reached out to a lot of us that are in the marketing industry and said,
Mhm.
hey, can you come? We're going to have one event where all of you can talk. And let's be honest, some of us are competitors,
Yes.
but it's okay,
Yes.
because
Yeah,
it's a great big wide world out
it
there.
is.
I cannot do podcasts for every single person that should have
Correct.
them. I don't have the ability to do that.
Correct.
So I'm okay with other people in the same industry, but to have a centrally located thing, so we have an opportunity to talk to people more than one at a time. They can listen to people more than one at a time. I think it's a great event that you're putting on for Heartland.
Well, I think it's kind of like you had said earlier, not everybody matches with everybody,
Mhm.
and not everybody has the same vision for their business. So I thought, we're realtors. We're not marketers. We're not podcasters. We don't know what we're doing. And I know the frustration I have with technology, and I can't TikTok. I am not a TikToker. I watch them. I don't do them.
Right.
Um, I share Instagram stories. I mean, my friends can tell you that I am a great sharer of stories. I am not a great doer of them. So I don't know the first thing about it, and I'm not going to pretend to. The photographer that I use, she just put together a marketing package. I was terrified to use it. I don't know how to do it. I'm terrified to put it on social media because I'm going to screw it up. And she's like, you can't screw it up. You share it. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do it. So I know the frustration I have. I know when I have these one-on-ones with our agent, that is their biggest thing. I don't know what I'm doing. We don't do photography because we're realtors. We don't do title because we're realtors. We don't do mortgages, we're realtors. So I'm thinking if I can bring everybody together collectively, I feed them, they'll come,
Mhm.
they'll sit, and they'll listen and have the experts provide the knowledge, then everybody can connect where they need to, and we'll put together something for them.
All of that I think is just spot on because my philosophy has always been that if I am adding stress to one of my clients,
Yeah.
I'm messing up.
Yeah.
I am wrong to do that. I need to remove stress. I
Mhm.
need to solve a problem that makes your life a little bit
Right.
easier. I don't need to be adding things to your to-do list.
Mhm.
I don't need to be saying, "Oh, well, we've got this, but it's going to be up to you to do that."
Mhm.
Nobody wants that.
Right.
So,
Right. One of my favorite phrases is that your lane? You need to stay in your lane.
mhm.
If that's not your lane, don't don't get out of it. Just stay in your lane. We're not termite guys, we're not engineers. Stay in your lane. Get a guy.
Yeah.
Find a guy.
And trust the people
Yes.
that this is their career, this is what
Yes.
they're making a living doing, and do some research, talk to some folks,
Mhm.
find out, you know, are there other podcasters out there? Yes, there are.
Mhm.
Are there other people that are producing podcasts? Yes, there are.
Mhm.
Talk with them, sit down, have a meeting, find out, do I gel with this person?
Right.
Is this an easy conversation
Right.
for me? Is this something that I can see having an ongoing relationship with this person as we continue down this
Mhm.
path? If the answer is yes, then use them.
Right, which is why I came to you because I've come to you before and I was terrified the first time I did it. I was so nervous that first time. I
Yeah.
thought, I'm never going to survive this. I don't remember who I came with when we did it, but I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, you'll be fine. You're just, I'm like, I was terrified, but I thought, whatever, we'll make it work.
Well, I'm guessing I gave you a speech, and I know this speech word for
Mhm.
word, and maybe you remember it, and it starts with, I'm not 60 Minutes. I am
Yeah.
not here to play gotcha questions.
Uh-huh.
I am not here to try and make you cry on
Yeah,
camera.
right.
My
Yeah.
job today is to make you sound. Now, this was an audio
Uh-huh.
only back then. So I
Uh-huh.
said, my job today is to make you sound as good as I possibly can based on what it is that you give me. I won't change your words. Those belong to you. Unless everything just goes completely off the rails and you tell me how horrible of a person your sister-in-law is, you realize later, oh man, I shouldn't have said that. I can take that out. We don't have to leave that in. But you get my word then, and this includes today.
Yeah.
Nothing leaves this room that doesn't put you in your best light. That is what I have told everyone, and that usually puts people at ease. And then
Yeah.
once you settle into the conversation,
Yeah.
you realize, because, hey, were you nervous today?
Not really.
No,
No.
because you've done it before.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's different now because there's a camera pointed at us. But other
Well,
than
yeah.
other than that, no, it's basically the same thing. So once you've done it and then you have seen the finished product on the other side, then it ceases to be a mystery. You don't wonder, oh, what am I going to sound like?
Right.
Because you've already been through the process. And it is a process. I just looked. I'm over 550 shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's kind of a big deal.
It is.
That's
and
fun.
it's hard to believe that it's been that many. But when I started this particular show, Morning Coffee, when I started it in October 7th, 2024, that very first show, I said, I don't know what this show is going to be. I really don't, but I'm going to find out. I had content for the first show. I knew what I was going to do for the Tuesday show and had no clue about Wednesday. And I said, we're diving in and we're going. People ask me a lot about having a pod. Well, what am I going to talk about for so many episodes? Don't worry about that. What are you going to talk about on your next episode? Let those other ones, don't worry about that, because the ideas will come to you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll finish this conversation today, what you and I are having, and you're going to have 3 or 4 ideas pop into your head.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's how this works.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ongoing thing, and just trust the process.
It's like when I meet with agents, I don't get as nervous, but I sit here and think, oh my gosh, now what are we going to talk about? And it always is easy. It's just always easy because they're easy and they're willing and it just flows from one to the next.
Well, and people are coming to see you in your office to get help with that because they have a need that you need to fill that you have the skills to be able to do. So that synergy is already there.
And they're good people.
Yeah.
and they're fun. So it makes it really easy. So, yeah.
Is there a place, if we're going to talk to realtors right now that potentially are wanting some more information about what's going on at Heartland Properties? Would this be a good fit for me? Is there a place that they can go to either make that connection or to learn a little bit more?
Well, they can always go to our website. We have a link on our website, so they can always go there and talk, or they can pick up the phone. My number is everywhere. I think my cell phone number is everywhere. So they can always reach out that way, or they can connect to another agent at Heartland and they can get them to me and I can always talk to them. I am crazy, but I am always available. It seems like 24/7. So I apparently don't have much of a life. So I answer my phone or email all the time. So, but they can always reach out. I am happy to talk to them wherever. I'll meet them for coffee, lunch, whatever.
Just learn a little bit more.
Yeah. Yep.
What I like to say too is conversations are always free. And
100%.
and information is a good thing. even if it's bad news,
Yeah.
the information is still a good thing to have
Yep.
because now you know the truth about something.
Yep.
So I would encourage you just to reach out if you have an interest, make the call.
100%.
Also, quick side note, I'm just curious, since my number's out all over the internet too. Do you get a lot of spam text messages?
Terrible amount.
And some of them are connected to an old business that I used to have, but other ones are, hey, Steve, long time no see. And what they're wanting me to do is, oh, you have the wrong number. This isn't
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
And then they just try to continue on with the conversation. And usually I get a picture sent to me from some young woman in Singapore. That's
up.
usually
Do
what
you
happens.
really?
It's happened more than once. So,
Oh my gosh. Mine, I'm always pre-approved for a loan amount up to $89,000 or something weird like that. I get those every day. And I'm like, spam. And then I don't know. I have no
well,
idea why.
what
Maybe
I
I'm a
have
realtor. I have no idea why I get those.
what I have
but-
found will stop that particular conversation is when they say, hey, Steve, long time no see. I said, don't pretend like you don't know who I am. I'm still waiting to learn where to drop off the money because the cops are closing in. And yeah, that
Do
will.
you really?
I have. Yeah.
That is hilarious.
And usually I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't you pretend. You're just as culpable as I am. And and then that usually ends the
That probably
ends
shuts
the
them right
spam.
down.
Well, listen, Nikki, thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time today. Glad that you came in, and I'm looking forward to being able to sit down and meet some of the agents that are working there at Heartland, and we can talk a little bit more about what it is that we do here. And
I can't wait. I'm
all right.
excited for it. Thanks
All
for
right.
having me.
You bet. Next time you're on the 100 block in Council Bluffs, stop into Bloomworks Floral. They've been bringing beauty to the city for years with fresh floral arrangements for every moment worth celebrating, specializing in creative wedding designs, stunning sympathy flowers, and thoughtful gift bouquets. They also offer local deliveries. So whether you want blooms for a special event or just to brighten someone's day, go to ebloomworks.com. And good morning start with peace of mind. Miners Healthcare, providing professional in-home support where it matters most, helping individuals maintain comfort, dignity, and independence in their daily lives. Their experienced nursing team focuses on personalized care, clear communication, and supporting families through every step of the process. This is healthcare built on trust, compassion, and real relationships. Learn more at minershealthcare.com. Thanks again, Nikki Woods from Heartland Properties, for joining us today, and we look forward to having her back on the show again really soon. My name is Todd Studer. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.